So I've told you that black people were created for destruction, not to build, but to destroy. I got more proof. Remember I told you in South Africa, Mommy Africa, that the blacks ran the whites off, and now they've taken over the government and everything, and they're killing the whites and robbing, raping, taking land and all that. Well, they did the same thing in Zimbabwe. And they forced the whites to leave Zimbabwe, so I'm being told. And so according to African news, Zimbabwe is on the brink of starvation. So the whites said, okay, I give up. Y'all want us to leave? We're out of here. They're like, yeah, y'all need to go. You white racists, you white people. So the whites left Zimbabwe, and now the blacks are on a brink of starvation. That's what's going to happen in Mommy Africa, too. Mommy Africa! And it's going to happen in America if they take over the government here. Zimbabwe is on the brink of starvation, with most households unable to obtain enough food to meet basic standards. Here is the first soundbite.
A serious drought in southern Africa has left wild animals, including elephants, in grave danger as water and food sources literally dry up. Park rangers in the Manapus National Park in northern Zimbabwe have taken to trucking in feed to keep wildlife populations alive. But if long-delayed rains don't materialize soon, the rangers warn their efforts might not be enough.
Doesn't this remind you of the hood? Whenever the whites move out and the blacks move in, doesn't the community become a hood? Same thing over there in Zimbabwe. The whites left. They didn't tell you that in that first soundbite, but they ran the whites out of Zimbabwe, so the farms and everything dried up. Dried up! But they're not saying it out loud. Zimbabwe was considered an agricultural powerhouse after years of decline, right? Zimbabwe is now offering, listen to this, Zimbabwe is now offering land leases to white farmers. Here we go.
Also in Africa, Zimbabwe has announced plans to return some farms to their former white owners. Now, this comes 15 years after the government sanctioned widespread land grabs that plunged Zimbabwe into economic chaos. But many say the announcement is as confusing as it is exciting. CCTV's Farah Mukatfiu reports.
According to state media, farms deemed to be of strategic economic importance will be allowed to remain in the hands of white farmers. Output of major crops, save for tobacco, are below par, leaving what was once Africa's breadbasket a net importer of food. That could be why some former landowners are being re-engaged.
So, to bring it home a little bit, previously the leases were for whites only. For blacks only. Everybody and their mama starving. Because the leases were for blacks only. Everybody hungry. You can see the bones through the skin. They're so skinny, right? Now they are begging the white people to come back. We hungry. When my master said he hungry, I said, yes, sir, master, we hungry. When I come back, I have one more soundbite from that. They want the white people back. They're starving. Where are the white people? Back in a moment. So I want to just finish the story up with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe! So long story short, that was a time, once upon a time, white people ran Zimbabwe in that they did all the farming, everybody was fat and sassy and happy-go-lucky. And then the black people looked around and said, y'all white, y'all racist. We want the farmland. Y'all got to go. We're too fat and full. And so you white people got to go. And so they forced white people out of Zimbabwe, took the land, and only would sell it to black people, right? And then the white people like, all right, we'll see what y'all can do. Y'all so smart. Y'all the first on the earth. You should at least know how to farm and feed yourself, right? And so all the white people left because the blacks took it from them, mostly took the land, right? And they left. And then the blacks like, we can do it. Like, we are just as good as the white folks. We are smarter. We are the first on earth. We made English. We created math. We created the stoplight. We created whatever, right? And so the white people, they took the land and white people left. And then the blacks took over. Now they are starving. And now they are saying, we want the white people back. We were just playing. We want y'all to come back. We were playing white people. We like y'all. Y'all ain't racist. We hungry. So the government officials now admit the campaign for farm invasions that began back in 2000 was a mistake. The government officials are now saying, you know what? That was a horrible mistake to run the white folks out. We sorry. We were just playing. And now white farmers are returning, and the people are overjoyed. Here's the soundbite.
The first time a white Zimbabwean farmer, Rob Smart, left his land, it was at gunpoint, forced out in June by riot police armed with tear gas and AK-47 assault rifles. Smart returned on Thursday to ululations and tears of joy from former workers and their families who were also kicked out.
We are overjoyed. We are over the moon. We thought we would never see this day coming.
Isn't that amazing, y'all?
I would say I'm not coming back now.
I know y'all star. Uh-huh.
I'll make them suffer a little bit longer. I'll come back in about 5 years while I'm enjoying this money that I made. And you guys suffer, starve.
Amazing. See, I told y'all be yelling at me for telling the truth. I ask, prove me wrong. Where anywhere in the world, blacks have taken over, and it's wonderful. I want to know.
Because they did so much damage. It's like, it's not like they just like, okay, well, you got to go. They were killing, they were stealing,
Yeah.
They were beating people up, and then now you want me back, and I'm supposed to, now you say sorry, and everything is all good? Nah, I'll be back in 10 years.
I'm telling you, okay, y'all can have, I'll be back. Y'all gonna be hungry. Oh, God, they're like worshiping that white man for coming back.
Right.
Like, thank you, sir. The Express is reporting that white farmers warn of next Zimbabwe. White farmers warn of next Zimbabwe and economic suicide. South African president announced to move forward on taking land from white farmers without compensation. And once they made that announcement, immediately the South African's currency dropped 1.1%. Isn't that amazing? You would think that mommy South African people would look over there at Zimbabwe and say, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't going to take the white people land because we're going to end up hungry. The spiritual aspect of this whole thing, folks, is that you can't be wrong and do wrong and think that right is going to happen for you. That's not the way it works. So black people, you got to get yourself together. You got to stop being evil. You got to stop blaming. You got to stop treating people in the wrong way. Because if you do, look what happened in Zimbabwe. The people nearly starved from treating white people in the wrong manner. You're supposed to treat people as you would like to be treated. You're not going to get away with doing wrong toward anyone. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.